evening, namaskar, and welcome once again to MaxNyan Sports Gurukul Unseen Sports Personality Series. So, friends, this is Vaishali Bide Barve from MaxNyan Advisory Private Limited, and along with me, I have.
Good evening. This is Advocate Rupali Thakur. Welcome.
Yes. So, likewise, like every Friday evening that we get along with us, a different sport, a different game, and to speak about the game, an expert from that field itself. So today also, we have invited somebody who is from a unique game, and that this game is yet not being that popular in India. But yes, of course, this game has a legacy and it's been originated from US. So MaxNyan Advisory Private Limited's mission is to develop sportsmanship mindset amongst youth and to create healthy, wealthy globe. And with this mission in mind, we have been developing different students from a holistic perspective about their overall growth. So first of all, I think Rupali, we should congratulate all the 10th standard students today whose results are out, and they have come out with different flying colors, of course, and we congratulate all of them on behalf of MaxNyan Advisory Private Limited for a great and prosperous future ahead. So as MaxNyan has always been a pioneer and helping the students to identify their core potential, their core strengths. Likewise, today also in the field of sports, we are coming up with a different game altogether. And to know about this game, we are inviting along with us Mr. Chetan Sanil. So let me introduce Mr. Chetan Sanil. Brief introduction. He is the World Ambassador of International Pickleball Federation, and he was appointed as the Advisory Committee of IFP. Today, he is the Chairman Disciplinary Committee of All India Pickleball Association. Now, what is this pickleball all about? So I do not want to spend too much time in discussing that. Rather than that, we should hear it from the expert. So I would like to invite Mr. Chetan Sanil on our MaxNyan Sports Gurukul platform, Unseen Sports Personalities. So welcome, Chetan ji. And we would like you to share about what is this pickleball all about. And yes, we understand that you have served the country, you have been an ex-serviceman. So what made you go, drive towards this game, or what attracted you to come for this game is something that we would want to understand. So yes, over to you, Chetanji. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaishali ma'am, and good evening to all the viewers who have joined us. In the beginning, I would like to thank MaxNyan for inviting me on this show, and it's a great opportunity for us to talk about this new sport, which is slowly and steadily rising up the graph, and it is picking up fast in India as well as in other parts of the world. Now, what is pickleball? Pickleball, when you see the name, it immediately the word sounds like it is some sort of a pickle, but so it is not so. They have named it pickle. How they named it, I will tell you later. Pickleball is a racket sports, and it's a combination of three racket sports, that is lawn tennis, badminton, and table tennis. So a little bit brief about this game from where it originated. It started from a small place called Bainbridge Island in Seattle, near Seattle. Three congressmen named Joel, Barney, and Williams. They, in the late afternoon, they came after playing golf, and they saw their children lazily sitting in the garden doing nothing. So they just what they did was they gave them a small paddle, ping pong ball paddle, and they gave them a wiffle ball, and they lowered the badminton net to the on the ground position, and they started playing there. So they liked that game. Then they slowly started making rules for that, and slowly and steadily it picked up. Now it's a big craze in US. We have 40 lakhs players playing this sport.
Oh,
And from the tennis, basically from the tennis background, you have people, shifting to pickleball. So it's growing rapidly. Now, how this name came into picture was they had a dog named as Pickle. So whenever they used to play with the ball used to go a little bit far off. Then the dog Pickle used to go and fetch the ball for them. So they used to say, Pickle, go get the ball. So
Oh,
likewise, they named it after Pickle, and that's how the name Pickleball came into existence. And nobody thought about changing it. There was some debate like you should change the name, but they continued with that name. So
okay.
like I said, it's a, combination of hybrid of three racket sport. And what we require here is a badminton sized court. Now the court size of pickleball court is exactly same as the badminton size, that is 20 by 44 feet. And only difference is you have a non-volley zone or a kitchen area, what they say, that is 7 feet from the net. So in badminton, I think it is 6.5 feet from the net. So here we have 7 feet from the net. It is known as non-volley zone. In this non-volley zone, in the kitchen area, non-volley zone or the kitchen area, you're not supposed to hit the ball on a full toss or on a volley.
So I'll share this dimensions for the benefit of our
Yeah, you can
viewers.
share the.
Yeah.
Yes. So as you see, this is the non-volley zone. The yellow part is the non-volley zone or the kitchen area, like they say. In this, you can't hit a volley. Means your feet should not be inside that zone. And you have the right service area, left service area. You have the center line. So basically, like you see, it's same size of the badminton court. Only there isn't a inner line like they have in the badminton, like for singles and doubles. We don't have that. We have the outer line only. And the net, if you see, it's lowered down, just like a lawn tennis net. So it is lowered down. And the sports gear which we use here is the bat, which we call as paddle. So that is similar to the table tennis bat. It's slightly bigger than the table tennis bat. And the ball which we use is a plastic ball which has a holes in it. So whoever whoever invented this game, they tried to keep this game very simple so that many people can everybody can play this game. Like here you can see the pickleball gear. You have the paddle, which looks a little bit more bigger than the table tennis bat. You have the net there, which is lowered like a tennis net, and you have the ball. So if you see
this
the ball
is a plastic ball, or how hard it is?
It's a hard ball of a different kind of plastic, and it has holes in it so that when you hit the ball, the air can pass through and there isn't much friction.
Okay.
So
you can play in indoor and outdoor also.
Yeah, we usually the ball which is played in indoor, it has 26 holes.
Okay.
And the one which you play in outdoor, it has 40 holes.
40 holes?
40 holes, yeah, on the ball.
Okay. Okay.
So that's the differentiation which we do when we check a outdoor ball or an indoor ball.
Oh.
And the surface is synthetic or?
The surface, you can have even the synthetic surface, or you can have plain cemented surface. Like where we stay in, I stay in Goregaon in Jalmangaldeep Society. So here we have made two courts, and both the courts are cemented surface.
Cement ones.
Yeah, and we have painted it and we play in that.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
not required that you have a special synthetic surface. You can also
Okay.
have a smoother cemented surface, and you can play there.
Okay.
So
And what is the game like, points wise?
yeah, so what happens is there are some rules which is different from the other games. Like we have a double bounce rule. Now, what is double bounce rule? The person who is serving, he has to serve cross serve, and the opposite side will take the ball on the first bounce. On one bounce, he has to take the ball and has to return it. The side which has served will also take the ball in a bounce. So that's why it's a double bounce. So once you serve, the opposite side will take on a bounce. When they return, the side which served will take it on a bounce. So that's why it's at a double bounce rule. And afterwards, that they can come ahead and they can play volley also, or they can take
Okay.
full toss.
So
The
like
points, yeah, the points we usually have service points. Service points, as in the older, badminton points which we had.
something like this.
Yeah. So if you see, they are taken it on a bounce.
They took out in a bounce. And then,
Yeah.
okay. Nice.
So that's the rule.
Rallies are similar to table tennis also, only in the bigger size. That
Yeah,
we
it's
can
a
say.
bigger, quite bigger.
Little bit similar with the table tennis.
Yeah, the bat which they call as which we call as paddle, it is a little bit bigger than the table
Table
tennis
tennis.
bat.
Yeah. And smaller than the badminton racket or the lawn
Yes,
tennis.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So the material which they make paddles out of is graphite paddles. They have composite paddles, composite material made.
It has to be hard, really hard.
Yes, it's hard. It is of hard material.
So
Yeah.
this single game, double game, mixed doubles, likewise also
Yeah,
you can play.
yeah. You can have singles. You can play doubles. You can play mixed doubles also. We have tournaments happening quite regularly, and we have all these categories. Now, another USP of this game is that it is a game for all age group. A boy of 7, 8 years old kid, up to 80 years old
Yeah.
person can play this game. In US, especially, they have during the tournaments they have different categories of even 70 plus, 80 plus categories.
Oh,
So there they have people of various age groups. In India also we are doing the same thing. Like we are having a nationals tournament this month end in Hyderabad, Telangana, and we have categories of 50 plus, 60 plus, 40 plus. We have under 14, we have under 19, 19 plus. So there are different categories, and we have some 18 states participating in this national tournament.
oh. So, but what is the duration of the game?
So if you have the service point rule, it will take not more than 20 minutes,
Achha.
15 to 20 minutes.
So it is like 3 sets and all. How
Yeah,
you?
usually we have one setter, but it depends. If you have less number of contestants, participants, then you can have a three setter also. So what we do is usually in the knockout stage or in the semi-final stage or final stage, we have a three setter. So that will increase the time. So that depends on the number of contestants we have and number of courts we have, number of duration we have. So we decide accordingly.
So in lawn tennis, you require a lot of strength in your shoulders. In table tennis, you require a lot of strength in your what we can say uh,
No, so the other
Wrist,
USP of this,
wrist.
wrist.
yeah, the other USP of this game is that it is a less injury prone game. You don't need much of a shoulder strength. You don't need to run, because the size of the court is less, so you don't need to run too much as in lawn tennis size court.
Mm.
So, and the strength required is not so much, so it's fairly simple.
So females can also play it very well.
Yes.
Hello. I request. Hello. I
So
request.
here you have seen the females were of younger age, that is 19 plus, maybe around 20, 24 years old.
Yeah.
But females, we have even 50 plus females playing this sport, and they enjoy it thoroughly. The skill level may not be as good as the younger players, but they really play well. And like again, I said, in our society we have housewives who play this game. Now here you can see.
Senior mixed doubles players.
So these ladies were more than 40 years of age, so and they were playing quite well.
Right.
So that is the USP of this sport.
So all age groups can participate wholeheartedly and remain fit. And of course, fitness, I think, is the most important aspect here, because the moment you serve, what we saw in the game, the moment you serve, you have to run and go ahead and pick up the next serve from the other opponent.
Yes.
So that is the best part of it. So I think your running, your fitness, your exercise, this is something which is a good game. This could turn out as a good game for remaining fit at the same time.
Basically, people of mid-age group, they usually go for walk, or they go to maybe gym also sometimes. But then they need that push to go for a walk or to the gym. But here you can have fun, and at the same time you're taking care of your fitness level.
Since so many years, I think you're pursuing this, I think from last 4 to 5 years. So how you used to tackle with the question people used to ask, like, ye kaisa game hai, kya hai? So we have certain queries. So how you used to handle that?
So we receive many queries, like if we organize some tournament in some part of the city or in some other state. There are people who come to view the match, and they have general queries, and we answer their queries, and we invite them to come and play this sport at least once. Come into the court, take the paddle in your hand, and you start hitting the ball, and immediately they like that game. And then then there is no, in fact we have to tell them to please give the paddle to somebody else. So it's so addictive.
So you used to play some exhibition matches and all.
Yes, we whenever we get an inquiry from some place, we usually go there with our kit. We give a demo there, and we help them to get the gears, whatever is required. And we sometimes we go there and coach them for some time till the time they are used to it. So
do they
these
need
are
any prior trainings or coaching for playing this
no,
game?
absolutely not. Don't need to have any sort of training. You can keep playing it, and slowly and steadily you will improve your skill level. But yes, if you want to compete at the highest level, then you may need certain trainings. So you may need to put some hours on the court. But otherwise, just as a recreational purpose, you just go there, play, and within an hour, I can promise you, you will start hitting the ball and you will start enjoying it.
Okay.
So it's so simple.
Right.
What is the selection criteria for this? Just your fitness or what?
I would say both fitness as well as you have a social bonding, which is very much visible, which I see lacking in some other sports. People playing pickleball have a lot of friends. They network quite well. They keep meeting people. They stay in touch, and it's generally a happy feeling all around. So that's the main USP, besides the fitness which it gives you.
So you mean to say cricket requires certain different skills, like keeping karna hai, so you require certain different skills. So you don't require that particular skill, specific skill in pickleball.
No, definitely not. Cricket, you need to be more fitter. You need your body has
Alert.
to be, yeah.
It's more of a technical game. Pickleball
Yes.
is more of a leisure game, but then that too has a recognition at an international level today.
Yes, definitely. There are pro players who take care of their fitness level. If they are playing singles, definitely they need to move around in the court, and that time they will try to be fitter, leaner, to and have more stamina.
Right.
But otherwise, your fitness, you don't need so much fitness to play this sport.
Very true.
So you require the referees and the scorer also. What you say? Who is recording that points and all?
Yes, definitely. We need referees, we need scorers, we need officials. So during the
So what
tournament,
type of official you require?
officials to organize the sports, to conduct the matches. We'll have different courts. Maybe in December, we had a tournament in Dombivli in Palawa. It was a RYP second ranking tournament, and there were 16 courts. So in 16 courts, we had matches going on continuously. So to manage that, we'll need officials to monitor the matches in each court.
So these officials are specially trained by you for with the regards to the technicalities or the rules, regulations of the game.
Yes, we conduct periodical training for referees, and we are planning to have trainings for the coaches also, for the
Okay.
beginner levels. So
Okay.
that is in pipeline. But we have conducted a couple of clinics for the referees, and those trained referees we had used in the tournament in Dombivli.
Tournament in?
Which we had the
Okay.
second ranking tournament.
All right.
Which other states are playing?
We have states like Chhattisgarh, even states like Sikkim, Assam, Odisha, Kerala in the south, Tamil Nadu, Telangana,
Spread all
JNK,
over India.
JNK also, Gujarat,
Super.
Jharkhand. So many states, almost 18 states, like I said, is going to participate in this nationals, which is being held in Hyderabad from 24th to 26th of June.
Okay. Super. And there are about 80 countries you said who are playing this game.
Yes, the International Federation of Pickleball is the world governing body, and we have around 70 countries affiliated to it. So
Okay.
we have so many countries who are playing this sport, and we are doing this to get this game recognition, and so that it can get included in the Olympics.
Super. Very
So
nice.
that is the aim of the International Federation of Pickleball.
Very nice.
But what is the criteria of entering the Olympic?
They say that you should have 80 countries playing the sports. So
at least 80 countries playing the sport. Only then they will introduce.
yeah, then they will introduce.
Okay. All right.
Before that, they will have a demo entry, so
Yeah.
that the federation is planning to do it in the Los Angeles Olympics in 2028.
But 2020, so you are trying for 2020, not for this 24 Paris.
No.
Okay.
That would be too early. So
Yeah.
we are planning for 2028.
So you are planning for World Cup also?
Yeah, the International Federation of Pickleball holds a annual tournament, which is known as the Bainbridge Cup, and this year they have they have given this responsibility to India. So from the dates have been fixed, I think from 30th November to 4th of December this year, 2022, we'll be holding it in Mumbai. So planning and exhibition part is being planned. So we'll be having, I think, more than 100 to 150 foreign players of at least more than 20-25 countries participating in this tournament.
Nice.
But this World Cup is for under 15, 19 or
Yeah, we
what?
have. Yeah,
Or
we have various age categories. We have under 19, we have 19 plus, we have 40 plus, 50 plus, 60 plus. So these are the categories which will be having in this World Cup.
We have a few viewers also who are watching us. So I would request them, if you want to understand more about the pickleball, you can ask us questions. So Chetanji is here. So Chetanji, Mr. Chandan Naik has complimented that you and he are playing pickleball every day. So
Yes, Chandan
he
is a
just,
friend.
yes. So he's also here. And I would request the other viewers, also the audiences, to definitely ask questions or put your comments about the game if you want to know more while we are still live on FB. Thank you. Yes, Rupal, you can continue.
those who want to play with this, so whom to contact now?
They can contact us. We have our website wherein we have the details. The website name is pickleball.in. Pickleball.in. That is the website of All India Pickleball Association. There are contact number given, so you can contact us and we'll come there in your, maybe in your residential colony, maybe in the schools, the colleges, wherever you want us. We'll not only from Mumbai,
So, but
anywhere
then,
in the,
in the schools or the colleges, don't you need the court to play?
like if the school has a cemented area where they play badminton, that is more than enough for us.
Okay.
So
A
you can
hard,
utilize that badminton court.
yes, we can. We have a number of places where they use the badminton court. They lower the net and they play pickleball in that.
Okay. Nice.
So how many gymkhanas in Mumbai we are playing this game?
So we have Car Gymkhana, we have Otters Club, we have NSCI. There is a court there, and soon we'll be having in Goregaon Sports Club. There the sports will be played. Then we have a Prabodhan Thakre Krida Sankul, which is also our headquarters in Vile Parle. Prabodhan Thakre Krida Sankul at Vile Parle
In
East.
Goregaon, na?
No, it's at Vile Parle East. Prabodhankar Thakre Krida Sankul. It is also the headquarters of All India Pickleball Association. So it's a sports club wherein you have almost 20 sports being played there. So they have started with pickleball from the last 2 years, and they have 2 dedicated courts there. So anybody who wants, they can come there and start playing. There are coaches also there. They can coach you, and you can get the feel of the game.
So cricket is a very hectic game. For their leisure, at least they can play this game.
Yes, definitely. And there are many cricketers also who are playing this game and enjoying it. So, and many of the tennis, badminton players, table tennis players, they also tried this sport and they have really loved it. So we expect more and more people to join us and increase our tribe.
So how you are creating awareness for this particular game?
So like I said, we go and conduct demos wherever we get inquiries from. We also approach people, schools or colleges or any institutions. We tell them to start this game. We go there and give demos. We meet people, people who are in the officials, and try to convince them to at least have a demo once. Gather the people. We'll talk about this game. So even if 2 or 3 people are interested in that game, once they start playing, you can attract more and more people. So at least you should start playing that, and then people will join you.
So, Chetanji, you served the country in the Indian Air Force, and then finally, after retirement, you got attracted towards this game. So what made this game, what made you get attracted to the game? How did you come to know about the game in the first place? And why this game?
I basically after serving in the Indian Air Force for 20 years, I retired and I joined uh, another service here in Mumbai. And the young boys used to play this sport in our colony, in our society where I stay, Jalmangal Deep Society in Goregaon. And they used to play, but initially I didn't join them. But later on, maybe after 6 to 8 months, I got an opportunity of playing with them. So once I started playing, I really liked it. And earlier I used to play cricket or table tennis here and there. But this game was more easier for me. And for my age group, I felt this is a very good game, and at the same time, it is taking care of my fitness levels. And I
Mm,
being a diabetic, so it has also helped me to control my sugar. If I keep playing it almost every day, so it definitely helps me to control sugar. And that's not only my case. All the players who have been playing this sport who are diabetic or having some health issues, they have really it is seen that they have really improved in that area.
okay, superb. That's something which is nice.
So in other games, you require a lot of planning, strategy, and all. And the football, cricket, hockey is a very aggressive game.
Yeah.
So what type of planning strategy you require in this particular game?
Here also you will have to plan your game.
Move.
Yeah,
Mm,
you have to, because the thing is that you need to score a point. So now how you score a point, you will have to think how your opponent is going to react and where you have to place the ball. And if you are playing in a doubles, how you coordinate with your partner. So that all strategies are always there, like in badminton or in any racket sport. Strategy will always be there. So I think it is similar to other games.
Yeah,
nice.
it's a single game also and team game also. At
Team
least
game
two
also,
people
yes.
can.
You need to know your opponent's weaknesses, his strength, and if he's strong in one part in his forehand, then you avoid giving the ball in his forehand to his forehand. So you will place it on his backhand, things like that. So you need to strategize and plan accordingly.
Mm, nice. So, what is, according to you, the future for this game?
Uh, I feel that this game has lots of potential, and it is really going to rapidly progress ahead into into the country, different parts of the country.
Mm,
As of now, this game is not recognized by the government. When
mm,
we approach the government, they say that this is not an Olympic sports and those kind of things. But in
mm,
Maharashtra, the Maharashtra state government had recognized this game earlier, but in
mm,
2000, I think 2017 or 18, they took it off from the school games. So there was some period when it was recognized sport. We are trying to get it back into the school sports. And we are sure that we'll be able to succeed one day or the other. We are continuously in touch with the government or the MPs, the MLAs, whoever can, take our
mm,
case to the government and get us the recognition. So
mm,
recognition can only be possible when the government sees there are so many number of players playing this sport, so many number of states, so many number of districts, villages. If you find if they find that there are so many players playing this, then definitely that recognition will come.
mm.
So as on date, we have the game is not recognized by the government, but we are very confident. Maybe 3 to 4 years from now, it will definitely get the recognition.
Yeah, I think, and with the kind of countries that are participating in it, definitely
Yeah.
there will be a recognition to this game for sure, right?
So how is media is supporting you in this? Because you need support from media.
Yes,
To spread
definitely.
that.
Yes, definitely. We have the support of media. There are some media friends whom we are in touch with always, and they are very helpful, and they have given us the space, which is, as you know, it's very difficult to come into the newspapers with all the famous games like the cricket or the badminton, tennis. They take all the space. So but we have somehow managed to find space in the newspapers or in the news through our friends who are in the media, and we have been getting the recognitions from them, and we are very helpful because the journey from 2007, which was started in India by Mr. Sunil Valavalkar, who brought this sport from Canada. Till now, we have grown because of, I think, media. One of them, they have been one of our strong arms, I can say.
Okay. So
Is it Sandeep Valavarkar or Sunil Valavarkar?
It is
Sunil
Sunil
Valavalkar.
Sunil Valavalkar.
Achha. And who Mr. Arvind Prabhu is also.
Yeah, Mr. Arvind Prabhu is the chairman of All India Pickleball Association, and he is based in Vileparle. The Prabodhankar Thakre Krida Sankul is his organization, and he is a very much sport lover, and he's been doing a fantastic job as far as pickleball is concerned. And the coming World Cup is also his baby, so we'll be trying our best to succeed in that venture.
wow, that's nice. So Mr. Chandan Naik is waiting to start the pickleball club in Borivali as well on a regular basis. That's what he's sharing. So people want to get into the game more and more, and people want to know about the game. And it's good that this is a new game, and people are getting aware about the new games that are there in the market today, and what are the opportunities in this. So as you rightly mentioned that along with the players, you also need a pool of resources who can work in the back end, or the officials who work in the back end. So for them, what is the kind of employability or the kind of career options that are available? Because for us, it is important for the youth today, from MaxNyan's perspective, that the youth should understand the importance of different games and how they would be benefiting out of these games. What are the career opportunities next for them in store for the games? Just not by being a sports person, but what are the other opportunities as well from an income generating source
Income,
perspective?
revenue.
So like we like whenever we are organizing a tournament, we have a lot many requirements, like we need referees, uh, we need linesmen, we need officials to handle the matches. Similarly, when we get inquiries from some area, we need people to go there and coach the uh, newly joined people, players who are just new to this sport. So that is one part, that is coaching. There is linesmen, there is referees, there is officials. There are some event management companies, also sports management companies, who can manage to organize tournaments for the players, and that is also a good opportunity for them. And the best part is, if you are playing, then that's an added bonus. You can also play the game.
Okay, great.
So similar other games, same occupation is required, like
Yeah, yes,
referees, linesmen,
that's right.
umpires, the scorers, and all.
Yes.
Nice. So, Mr. Mukhtiar Ali Bhati, Vijay Bhaidas Shinde, and yes, he's enjoying the session. So, it's a very knowledgeable information that we are sharing. That's what he's commenting. Thank you, sir, for your comments. Mr. Sanjay Shukla, he's shared that this is a wonderful sport, and have played it. May it grow pan-India at God's speed.
Great.
So that's the love for the game we can see here. So
Yes.
great, Sanjay ji. Thank you very much for your comment. And I think, yes, it will definitely grow to that Godspeed. And this is a wonderful game, definitely, because it's something which is really interesting. So it's a combination of three games, which is badminton, lawn tennis, and table tennis. And of course, no doubt, the rules of the games are a combination again of all the three games. But definitely, it is going to grow in India as well. Yeah. Yes, Rupali, you want to continue?
Yeah. So basically, I just continue.
Yes. So, Chetan ji, if you can share a few incidences
Right.
about the game, about the kind of experiences that people might have had, or any veterans competitions or tournaments that you might have had in the past.
Yeah, as far as the veterans category, I can say that we always get this request from the veterans, to have a separate category for them. They say that we can't, compete with the younger players,
Youngsters.
the youngsters. So we have accepted the request, and nowadays in tournaments we have age categories. We have 40 plus, 50 plus, 60 plus, which we are having in the nationals tournament also. And it's very really heartening to see them, 60-year-old person coming and playing so well, moving so well on the court. So it gives us a lot of satisfaction, and maybe it's an inspiration for other people also of their age group, so they can to join them, come and play for some time, and get fit. So that is always happening. The tournaments are being conducted. Similarly, we have some young players who have really, had a lot of success in tournaments in India as well as in abroad. Like I would like to name a girl from a small village of Jalgaon. It is, I think, 50 to 60 kilometers away from Jalgaon. Her name
Mhm.
is Snehal Patil, and she is the number one player in India right now. She is just
Wow.
16. She's just 16 years old, and during the last RYP ranking tournament in Dombivli, she has the won 6 golds in the
Yeah, but
under 19 and in the open categories.
nice.
And she was sent to Asia to play the Asia Open in Thailand just recently, a couple of months back, and she won four gold medals there.
Wow.
So these are all inspirational stories for all the other players. Players coming from small villages and attaining success.
So here I would like to ask one more question. So for small villages, likewise you mentioned, uh, how costly the game is,
See, like,
or what is the cost involved with the game?
so what happens is, like, in the villages, if now this Snehal Patil or people from the Jalgaon they play in the school where they have this badminton court. Now they use that badminton court, they lower the net, so the net they use is the same. So they just lower the net. The net should be 3 feet from the ground level, 36 inches. So they lower the net and they play. Now the paddles, you can get the paddles from anywhere between 2,000 to 10,000, 15,000 paddle is also there. But even if for 2,000 cost paddle, you can play in that. Ball, we get it for 120, 140 rupees. So
The paddle is 140 rupees, you meant to say.
no, paddle is starting from 2,000.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Upward from 2000 till.
It's a wooden thing or
No,
like?
it's made of different material like graphite, composite,
A hard
hard, yes,
plastic or something of that sort?
yes,
Composite plastic.
composite plastics. So it's of hard material, and balls are made from a different kind of plastic.
Okay.
So you have created that ground in your premises only, in society premises. So
Yes,
others can also prepare such type of things in their
yes,
own premises.
definitely. There,
So no need to go outside and do the practice or something.
yes, if you go to the club, you will need to pay the charges, monthly charges, annual charges. But if you there are many some big societies who have their own clubhouse. You have the sports arena where they have a badminton court or maybe a tennis court. So you can make use of that same court. You can have a small area where you can erect that net and they can start playing. So only requirement is if you have 20 by 44 feet area, cemented area, you can play there.
So you can guide them how to prepare that.
Yes, yes, definitely. They can get in touch with us and we'll help in whatever way possible.
So we have a question here, Chetanji, from one of our audiences. I think this gentleman is playing the game, and he's saying that when one is reffing, if one notices cheating, how do you react in the game?
So it's a referee's call. If he sees that it's foul or he can give a call and the person who has
No. His question is, how do you react as a player?
that usually happens because in the heat of the moment you always feel that whatever you have hit the ball, it is landing in the right spot, but the referee has other he has other call, he makes a other call and you feel annoyed with that. That is there in even the tennis. You see a lot of arguments happening with the umpire.
Very true.
So that happens in the heat of the moment. That happens in pickleball also.
Yeah.
So people who are playing with their soul, they don't like to lose points.
So I think, Rupali, this is a mindset game, and here where your temperament, your patience plays a major role.
Patience.
And this is what
pickleball is all about. Patience. You need to wait for the right ball to hit it. You need to just keep the ball in motion and wait for the opportunity. So it's really patient oriented game.
Yeah. And this is what, MaxNyan's mission is, to develop that kind of a sportsmanship mindset amongst the youth. And not only the youth, of course, with each and every sports person for that matter, and help them with the right kind of direction, guidance on the mindset. So, okay. So Mr. Sanjay Shukla has also commented that he has played in the veteran category at Goregaon, and he's complimenting you, saying that you conducted it superbly with the commentary, and Mr. Sunil Valavalkar has done a great job by bringing the sport to India. So thank you, Sanjay ji. Mr. Sachin Patil is also complimenting us for this particular session. So thank you, viewers, for being so supportive and encouraging. So we really love to see your comments and your questions, and this keeps us motivating and inspiring for arranging these kind of sessions for our viewers, for our students, youth, and their parents, to make them aware about the different sports in India and the various career opportunities for the sports. And that's the whole objective, the motto of MaxNyan Advisory Private Limited, to keep you updated about the various sports. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So, Chetan ji.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for having me here, and it was a wonderful session.
So we really thank you for the wonderful session here today. And we would also, I would like to request the viewers that if you have any questions, you can definitely post it. Chetan ji has the access to this video on the FB. He also can answer your questions directly on the FB. And you can definitely, Chetanji, you can just look at the questions and accordingly answer them. And we really thank you for being with us for this wonderful evening, helping us understand about what the pickleball game is all about. And we wish you all the best, and we wish success to the game as a whole, to the sport as a whole. So we, both of us being sports personalities, we love being in the atmosphere of sports all across, all around. So thank you very much for being here, and thanks on behalf of MaxNyan once again.
Thank you, ma'am. And I would
Thank you.
really love you, both of you, to come on the court and try this game. I'm very sure that you will fall in love with it.
Yes, of course, we would definitely
Yes,
try our hands
definitely.
out on the game. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you,
Thank
viewers,
you,
for being so
Chetan.
wonderful. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.